Welcome to the latest episode of the Real World Nutrition Podcast. This is episode 201, Wellness Without the Hype, What Actually Works. Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the Real World Nutrition Podcast. I am Shelly Riel, registered dietitian, nutritionist, and nutrition mythbuster. This is something I've been doing for decades now, and it just continues. And when I say it, I'm talking about all this overblown stuff, these gimmicks, these things that are out there, quote, supporting our wellness. So I want to talk about several aspects of this, but first, what is wellness? That term is used so often, it starts to lose its meaning. And you'll see it on supplement ads and the captions of influencers doing yoga on the beach, meal prepping in their kitchen, or talking about their next fasting phase. And those same influencers with an affiliate link in their bio for detox teas, juice mixes, collagen powders, anything with the perception of fast tracking wellness. One of the big things that a lot of us on social media say, if they're pimping or selling something, or if you're not sure if they're selling something, look at the link in the bio, and it likely is an affiliate link for something they're selling. Not all the time, but that's a way to look for it. And while it may be catchy and you want to believe it, there is a lot of misinformation and even just outright nonsense circling the wellness sphere. And some of it comes from people with strong opinions, an authoritarian voice, and zero expertise. Some of it comes from people who have a big following, but no qualifications outside their own personal experience. And unfortunately, some of it is coming from actual professionals, people with credentials, but they're still pushing questionable practices. So today's episode, I want to go through this. What is wellness? What wellness trends are not worth the hype? And ways to incorporate wellness into your day and how to achieve results. So a little bit more of what wellness really means. So wellness is not just the absence of disease. It's about your overall quality of life. It's how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. So you can have a disease, a chronic diagnosis, and still have wellness. And real wellness is different for everyone. And it doesn't require everything to be Instagram or TikTok worthy. Heck, I feel that I've got great wellness and I don't put any of it on social media for the most part, like not myself personally. And you know these things aren't just happening on the spur of the moment. Some of these TikTok videos, I know people who take hours to put them together, or at least 45 minutes. That's not spur of the moment. They are carefully curated and edited content. And the other big thing I want people to think about is wellness is not a product. It's not a short-term fix. And it's definitely not something that happens overnight. And wellness is a major industry. Huge. And like most industries, there's money to be made, lots of it. And I'm not shaming anybody for wanting to make money. Absolutely not. I do think it's gross when people make money off of misleading people in various ways, from dubious results to paying a lot for something that doesn't do anything. So the result of these wellness industry money-making schemes, in a lot of ways, it's a lot of flashy solutions, big promises, and trends that don't actually help people feel better in the long run. And often, I say this all the time, often the only people who truly benefit from all this are those people who are selling it. They're making bank on it. So I want to talk about some of these trends. And some of these trends are ones that I've seen for as long as I've been a dietitian. They tend to come and go. I'm always surprised that they're still around, but let me get into it. The first one, juice cleanses and detoxes. These sound appealing. They lack scientific evidence behind them. Because as a human being, you have your original detox. Your liver, your kidneys, even your lungs, and even your skin is doing some. And you don't need expensive juices to do their job. And I mean expensive. I recently heard someone's juice cleanse program cost $600 a month. And that's not even real food. $600 a month. What I could do with $600 a month. So skip these juice cleanses and detoxes. And often I say, if your diet is so bad you need to detox regularly, let's talk about your diet first. Fasting. Whether it's water fast or intermittent fasting, it's not a magic bullet. It just isn't. And it can help some people manage their eating patterns, but for others, it's stressful. Not just mentally stressful, physically stressful, unsustainable, and potentially even harmful. And here's the thing, fasting is a way to reduce calorie intake. When people are fasting, they're reducing their calorie intake, and that's changing, and they likely will have weight loss. However, here's the thing, water fast over several days are not healthy. And it is definitely not recommended for people with an existing disease like diabetes. Now, intermittent fasting, or what most people, when they're referring to this, is time-restricted eating, isn't anything special. Time-restricted eating is just a simple window of eating and a window of not eating. And as I've said this in the past, I call it going to bed. So think about it. You are probably already doing some form of intermittent fasting, unless you're eating right up until bedtime and eating first thing when you get up. So that time-restricted eating, what people refer to as intermittent fasting, is simply limiting the time in which somebody eats. It is limiting the opportunity to eat. So if they're cutting themselves off at 6 o'clock or an 8-hour window, then they're not eating as much in a lot of cases. But here's the thing. People can still overconsume calories when they do this. Some people see that 8-hour window or whatever it might be as a challenge to get as much in as they can. I didn't think that was really a thing, but I met somebody who thought that 8-hour window was that he was supposed to eat as much as he could. So it didn't work. All right, supplement overload. My goodness, it seems like everybody is talking about a supplement, and heaven help us, we can't survive without them. And of course we can. So collagen, biotin, B complexes, ashwagandha, magnesium, you name it. People say, well, it's got all this benefit. And of course, some supplements have their place because they are supplements. But most people don't need dozens of supplements. They don't need all of these supplements. Some, they don't know what they're taking them for. But for example, biotin is a B vitamin that a lot of people take to help with hair and nails. The thing is it is just extremely rare to have a biotin deficiency. We don't even know what the deficiency symptoms are. And getting more is not going to help your hair and nails to be better because they're B vitamins. Biotin is a B vitamin. So here's the other part of this. If you're taking B vitamins, a B complex, for example, and your body doesn't need it, you're making expensive pee. You've heard this before, I'm sure. B vitamins are water soluble. Excess is excreted. So all that biotin people may be taking is not doing much. The B complex with the 6 or 5 B vitamins in it isn't really doing much unless you have a deficiency. And most of these aren't really a common occurrence in the United States and most countries. And if you need all these supplements or you've been told you need them, first, I ask people, who is the person who told you this? A lot of times it's the person selling the supplements who have told them you need this specialized supplement that I sell, because the ones you get at Costco or Walgreens aren't as good, but that's not true. And I also tell people, if you need that many supplements, again, let's talk about your overall diet and cut back on the pills and powders. And just a little side note here, supplements are things that are taken by mouth, so a lotion or a patch is not a supplement. You can't do that. You can't absorb things that way. Another one, boy, this one just is persistent. Alkaline water. So alkaline water and lemon water. And here's the thing. There is no scientific basis for changing your body's pH through what you drink. And in fact, you cannot change your body's pH with what you drink, because your body regulates its pH levels very tightly. And if your pH levels are off, you've got bigger problems that water is not going to fix. And even if you alter the pH of your water, first, don't add lemon to alkaline water. It's just dumb. Look it up. But as soon as you drink water, even if that water is alkaline, even if that water is a little bit acidic, when you drink it, your body will bring it back to neutral pretty quickly. So I'm not saying don't do lemon water. I do lemon water. I do cucumber water. I do that. But the lemon water isn't doing anything other than providing a tiny bit of vitamin C and tasting good. But no magic, not even first thing in the morning, not even when the person at the gym is telling you you need to do that. Now, this one, boy, colonics and enemas. I did not think these were still a thing, and unfortunately, I have learned they are. And here's the big thing. Coffee is for drinking. Do not put it anywhere else. Don't. These practices are unnecessary, can be risky, and unless you have severe constipation, that's not going to be helpful. And again, let's evaluate your diet and get some fiber in there. And I had somebody swear that her coffee enema helped with her liver, helped her liver heal. And I could not even think the pathway in which that would occur, let alone how it would do it. So just don't put things up there that don't belong. This one, boy, you knew it was probably going to come. Here it is, carnivore and keto diets. This is speaking of constipation. So these diets come around every few years with a new name or new branding. So carnivore diet may be newer to you, but there have been iterations of it for years. And yeah, they're going to help some people lose weight in the short term because meat will fill you up. But really, they're hard to maintain, they're expensive, often unnecessary, not often, they are unnecessarily restrictive. And people say there is no reason we need to eat fruit, there is no reason we need to eat vegetables, there's no reason we need all those other foods we can make vitamin C from. No, a varied diet is important. All right, next up. This one I just saw this past week. Skipping sunscreen and claiming certain foods are a substitute for sunscreen. So no food will protect your skin like actual sunscreen. And yeah, there are foods like tomatoes and watermelon that have lycopene that can help protect your skin. It is a small amount of sun protection. Small. Not enough to go without sunscreen. So I say, no matter if you're the GOAT in football or the woman with the baby on her chest who's cutting up a watermelon and juicing it saying she never wears sunscreen, move on from those things. That is not going to save you from early signs of aging or skin cancer risk. It just won't. The physical and chemical barrier of sunscreen will reduce your risk. And if you want to believe food can replace sunscreen, just make sure you have a dermatologist established and a reputable reconstructive surgeon. All right, fiber. Oh my gosh, this one, I just don't understand this one. There's trend is that fiber is not essential. And yes, it is. It is. This trend makes zero sense. Although when people are eating carnivore, they're justifying their idea that they don't need fiber. But fiber's there for our digestion, for blood sugar regulation, for overall gut health. It helps manage cholesterol levels. It is so important, and so many people don't get enough. And like I said, the carnivore population tends to insist that fruit and vegetables are just not necessary and actually increase disease. So we'll see who comes out on top with that one. This one, and even I'm on board with this one, but more protein always? Well, not necessarily. I mean, there are coffee protein drinks, cereal with protein, and I'm waiting for protein water. Many people do get enough protein, and excess protein isn't automatically better. Having protein with each meal is good. I recommend protein with each meal, but having it in everything, not necessary. One more that I want to address is these food sensitivity tests. These home food sensitivity tests where you give some blood or saliva, it's usually blood. They're often expensive, and here's the thing, I know you're surprised, not evidence-based. They aren't measuring the right type of reactions. So these home food sensitivity tests are using IgG testing, which only measures exposure to a food rather than a sensitivity or allergy, which is a different type of Ig testing. I did one of these tests years ago, and it came back with one thing that I was supposedly allergic to or highly sensitive to, and that was mozzarella cheese. Nothing else on the list. No other cheeses, no other dairy products, nothing other than mozzarella cheese. And for my entire life, I have never had an issue with mozzarella cheese. From string cheese to caprese salad to any type of pizza, I've never had a problem with mozzarella cheese. So maybe when I took that test, I had had string cheese earlier in the day. I don't know. But these tests can lead people to cutting things out unnecessarily. Go to a professional, allergist, medical doctor for that. So these things may sound exciting. They sound dramatic. They often fail to deliver lasting benefits, if there are any benefits at all. And they can be costly. And they distract from what actually works. What actually works. And people don't like what I'm going to say here. They know it. They know it. So here are 5 simple ways to add wellness into your day. What does work? These simple, sustainable actions that can help you with your wellness over time. So first up, movement. Movement. I'm not saying exercise, although that's great. Movement. So that's incorporating movement into your day, even if it's just a few minutes at a time. How do you do this? Walk around the block, stretch between meetings, or you can do what I'm doing right now and stand while I'm working, or stand while on a phone call. Do this several times a day. Set a timer for 30 or 45 minutes and just say, move. It helps with circulation, it helps with energy, it helps with focus, it helps with mood. And the best part is you tend to feel better immediately. Second, hydration. So this is drinking enough fluids to support your body's basic functions. So keep water nearby. Use a favorite water bottle, add fruit for flavor, use a straw, have one of those bottles that has the time on it so you know where your goal is through the day. And the benefit, better energy, better digestion, fewer headaches, and results within a day or two. Most people can tell when they're dehydrated versus being well hydrated. Number 3, mindful eating. So this is paying attention when you eat. So paying attention when you eat. So you're not multitasking, but you're actually tasting your food. So this is slowing down, avoiding screens while you're eating, and listening to hunger and fullness cues. And the benefits here are reduced overeating, improved digestion, because when you slow down, you're not feeling full, and then your body's got to take the time to digest all of it. I mean, it still has to digest all of it, but it's coming in at a slower pace. And more satisfaction with meals. Try it. Try it for one meal. Slow down. All right, number 4. Ooh, this is hard for people. Unplug. Take intentional breaks from screens and digital devices. So this is another thing. You can set a timer for tech breaks. Keep your phone out of reach during meals or walks. One of the things I'm doing this year is I'm reading 12 physical books, which means I can't do anything else while I'm reading the book. And that benefit of unplugging, less stress. Yeah, less stress. People be like, nope, I feel more stressed when I'm without my phone. No. Better focused, improved sleep, and most people will notice the difference quickly. 5 minutes, 15 minutes is great. Longer would be even better, but 5 minutes. That means going to the bathroom without your phone. All right, and number 5, add color to your meals. So this means include a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables throughout the day. This can be spinach into eggs, berry into oatmeal, red peppers with crackers, hummus. I've been putting the carrots and the cucumbers and the celery and the grape tomatoes in bowls, and I put them out and snack on them throughout the day. I'm eating more during the day, more of the colorful fruits and veggies, fruits. And you get more nutrients, you get more antioxidants, you get that fiber that some people claim we don't need. You get variety. And it's easy. I find that when I'm eating more fruits and veggies, I just feel better. And it's not even something that is a conscious thing. It just happens. Okay, and with these 5 things that I just said, that would be the movement, the hydration, mindful eating, unplugging or disconnecting, and adding color to your meals. None of these requires a subscription. It doesn't require a special gear, no overhauling your life, and no affiliate links anywhere. None. So here's the thing. Real wellness takes time. These changes won't transform your life overnight. And that's a good thing, because quick fixes rarely stick. Small shifts, repeated often, adds up. So even if you do one movement break a day this week, and then do a few more the next week, it will add up. And wellness here is not something you get from a powder, a pill, or a single week of effort or a few days of fasting. It's a long-term investment. One you can start today. You can restart whenever you realize your habits have strayed, and you can continue building over time. All right, with that, I just want to give out a reminder that if you want to work on realistic, sustainable wellness habits, no affiliate link, but I am putting out my call to action here. If you want to stop wasting money, I help people cut through the noise and develop real habits. You can schedule a free introductory call with me. We can learn how to work together, and I provide no nonsense, no BS, real world approach. People ask me the questions, I give them the honest truth about what will or will not happen. No disruption to your social life. Things aren't off limits, so you don't have to say, oh, I can't go out with you because I'm fasting today, or I only get meat, so I can't go have a salad with you. I don't know who does that, but no scare tactics. All right, with that, of course, I hope you enjoyed this. If you don't do the introductory call, no skin off my teeth. I just hope you enjoyed this. All right, and There's some links to some blogs I wrote with this similar content. There's some different things, but if you look for those links in the show notes, you'll find those blogs from the past week. All right. And with that, that is it for this week's episode 201. Wow. Thanks for listening. And as always, take care and bye for now.